Grand Rising Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribe, comments, donations, everything. I appreciate it all. Let's go ahead. We're going to ring this bell. We're going to clear out the energy, and then we'll just see what the message the Spirit has for us this Sunday morning or whenever you happen to see this. God has the last word. And God saw you crying. God felt your pain. See, these people that ran this smear campaign against you, it was funny until it wasn't funny anymore. It was funny while you were going through it, but now that everything is being balanced out, everything is being shown, it's just not funny for them anymore. Hey, Galactic Goddess. Hey, Dewana, how are you? Bottom of the deck. Kindred. See, these were people that you were related to. These were people that you were kind and decent. You showed a lot of hospitality. You gave to them. But like I said, these people, you gave to them until you could no longer give to them. Until you found out that you needed to change. Hey, Black Usa, Black Ososa. How are you? Because you found out about this smear campaign. And you found out how everybody wanted their attention to be directed at you. Oh, look at Collective. And they made up these tall tales, these big lies. They made up these wild accusations. But now they're being taught a lesson. Hey, J. Mike. Hey, Marcia. And it's not that you're teaching them a lesson. They're being taught a lesson by the Most High. See, they're looking at you, trying to figure out what you're doing, what you're saying, where you're at. How is this information getting out? But it's not you. The messenger is coming from, whether it's one of your passed over loved ones, one of your angels, spirit guides, but whatever it is, God is making sure that they understand that they broke a cardinal sin. Hey, K. Hypsee. This could have been your tribe, your family. Confirmation. Because they were jealous, envious. What they didn't like how you were put together. What they didn't like how your personality, how you appeared youthful. They didn't like something about you that they didn't have. And instead of them working on their own, how they felt about themselves, they decided to try and break you down. Make it seem like you were lacking in some type of way. Hey, Sherry, how are you? And you were just the type of person, like I said, you didn't try to be anyone else. You just appeared as you were. You just happened to have a great personality. But is that your fault? See, you would think that with you having a great personality, that other people that were related to you would try and work on themselves so that they could be known for their great personality too. God is showing everybody the whole backstory. And this is happening today. God is showing everybody what their objective was and why they did what they did. It's almost because they didn't love themselves. It's almost because you always acted out of love. But whatever it was, they were always trying to put you in the middle of things. They were always trying to blame you for anything that went wrong. Oh, that was your fault. So it's important at this time that God show everyone how people were addicted to trying to smear your name. And you know what? These people, they don't realize that you had a defender that you couldn't even see, a defender you didn't even know was there. But you had somebody watching your back. You had somebody protecting you. You had somebody going in and shielding you so that you could always remain at peace, as peaceful as you were able to be. Because they knew, Spirit knew, that Spirit always wanted you to be going in the right direction, your north compass. You know, always follow your north node. You know, the thing is, like, these people, they didn't like your optimism. They didn't. And so every time they would see, it's like they would, whenever they would see you, you know, have something good happen to you, they always wanted to look at that and see how they could bring you down. But they were never, ever able to bring you down. And this is how you always remain, like, you always got justice in that situation. And this, the more justice you got, the more that Spirit carried you, the more that you received, you know, what it was that you needed to receive out of this particular situation, the more upset these people became. It could have been how you looked. Maybe they feel like you were the pretty one in the family or the handsome one in the group. But is that truly your fault? I mean, instead of looking at someone and hating on them for how they look, get their parents. This person had nothing to do with it. Go attack the parents. And maybe it was the parents that were attacking you, but it's those parents that need to attack each other because did you have anything to do with that? It's not like you chose this chromosome, that chromosome, this gene, that gene, you know, these color eyes, this color hair, this color, you know, you didn't choose that. That was given to you. Now it's like these people are finding out that as much as they tried to control everything, they couldn't control anything. And now something is coming to an end. I want to say a screeching halt. You know, like where that test dummy is in the car and it's going down, they got it going 190 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden it hits that cement wall. It came to a screeching halt. Hey, High Priestess, how are you? Attention is being brought to how these people treated you. And it's not just to how these people treated you, but you know what? The attention that's being brought to everybody is anybody else that even did a little thing against you. They are thinking about that too. They too are plagued by those haunting memories. See, it means something how they treat each other or how they treated you. Hey, Anthony. Somebody that was supposed to have been in your corner, oh, that was like the biggest wise guy. This was the one who was doing a lot of the talking. This is somebody who was always, this is somebody that was in they were dark energy. And this is somebody who had something against you ever since you were a baby. Because this person knew ever since you were a baby, they knew what your life purpose was. This was a dark high priestess who knew what your life purpose was, and they wanted to stop it at all costs. This person tried to martyr you. They tried to cause hardship for you for no damn reason. All because when you were born, they were already jealous of you. You may have been a month old, 2 months old, a year old, 4 years old. You were just little. And they already had it in their mind that they wanted to stop your shine. You worked hard to get where you are today. You had no choice but to work on your relationship with God. Because, like I said, you remember the things that you went through just from a little baby. And you remember how somebody tried to always play in your energy, always play in your mind, always try to, play with your feelings, play with your emotions. How you were supposed to receive, just like everyone else, you were left out. How they tried to have everyone else included in everything, you were excluded. How they praised other people, they dogged you. They wanted everyone to look at you in a certain light. Not that you were deserving, not that you were honorable. They wanted you to be looked at as if you were dirt, as if you weren't worth anything, as if you just didn't even matter. You had to survive. You survived a lot. Years of misery, years of wondering, why me? Years of not understanding what it was all for. You survived years of giving and giving and giving of yourself only to be shut out, shut down, or told to shut up. Whereas other people, they received privilege. Even the head of your family or head of this group, head of this coven, they were just too immature to do anything for you, to stand up for you, to love you, to protect you, to insist that at least one person honor you. Because this person was so worried about themselves. This is a narcissist. Hello, Sister CMB. How are you? All because this person, they were, like I said, this was a narcissist. And they were so worried about how they looked. They wanted to shine. They wanted to be, I want to be looked at as if I am perfect. They wanted everyone to look at them like they were being such good parents or such a great leader, and it was you that was just fucked up. This is the same person that used to put you in competition for no damn reason. But it was throughout all of this, on your life path, on your journey, it was throughout all of this. That's whenever you had to self-soothe. And this is whenever you started to explore your spiritual side. This is when you started to really tap in to who you are and what you're here to do. It's like, you know what? And whenever you were connecting with spirit on a higher level, you weren't just going to the church house like everybody else and praise. They sing songs and then they leave church and dog you again. Turn you back into the Cinderella with the raggedy ass shit, and you had to go and cook and clean and cater to everyone else, and everybody got to spit on you and emotionally dump on you and treat you like shit. It was throughout all of those times that, you know what, you started to really work on yourself. And while they was watching you work on yourself, they was just laughing. Like I said, it was funny until it wasn't funny anymore. You was the source of entertainment. You was the Monday night comedy show, the Tuesday night, entertainment. You was the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to make them jump, Saturday, then Sunday again. You was the one who was put out on display as bad. You so bad. It wasn't you. You was never the bad one. You were just the one that they wanted to hurt. You was just the one that they felt jealous of. You was the one that they wanted to tear down because you was the one with a purpose. And now everybody's watching you because things are coming out. Somehow that dam of backed up hidden information, it broke. And all the information that's been coming out, coming down, it's like it's a torrential downpour. And they're watching you to see what the hell is this person is collective talking about. How do these people know what's going on? How is this even possible? And they're watching you and you've done nothing. Just like before. You did nothing to deserve this. And right now you are doing nothing to expose this. Now these people are trying to figure out how can they save themselves. How can what can I say to make it seem like, oh no, it wasn't like that. It wasn't. This person was raised in a good home. We don't understand what's going on. Well, they was just acting out on their own. No. But people are starting to see that those people were witches. Witches, warlocks, and bitches. Now they want to come to you and they want to ask for your forgiveness. They want you to believe that I didn't know what I was doing. I was being influenced. Even when I was an adult, I was still being influenced because I'm so innocent. Please, believe me. And you're going to give to them just what they gave to you. No response. No assistance. See, when they find out that you have already forgiven them, that you've already put that behind you, and you've already gone on with the rest of your life, and now they are just feeling that karma, that tower. Then what do they ask for? Hey, behaving goals. Hi, Marcinda. How are you? This is somebody who tried to bring conflict your way. They told everybody you have, the worst habits. You're not in your right mind. Either they said that you was always drunk, you was always high, you was just, you was just the odd man out. We don't know why this person does this. We don't know what made this person choose that life. But see, if you did choose to be drunk, if you did choose to be high, and if they did choose to love you, they would have been there for you. But these people are well aware of what's going on. They are well aware that, you know what, they know exactly what they purposely did. They know exactly who they purposely got to join that whole group against you to smear your name. And these people, well, they thought they were so smart that they could get people to make these promises that, oh, we won't tell anybody that you paid us off. We won't tell anybody that it was just supposed to have been a game. That'll be between us. That's our little secret. It's only because they had never put themselves in your shoes. They never thought that things were going to come back to them like they brought it to you. They always thought that you would never make it this far. They knew you'd never ever make it through. But now, things are different. They are now in the limelight. People are looking at them. They're noticing them up close and personal. And they're asking them why. What's up? Tell me again what? Tell me again. I remember you told me back then, but I want you to tell me again today. Almost like they want to see if that person has the same story about you. If it's that same, if it's the truth, it's going to remain the same. But if it's different, they're going to know it's a lie. Because, see, they remember like when somebody was said that they went to come visit you, and they just said, oh, that person is out of that person is out of their mind. Really, you weren't out of your mind. You're very conscientious and aware of what's going on. But somebody said that they came to visit you and you just seem so loopy and everything is so goofy and this and that they just had to disconnect from you. They're like, nah, that ain't my style. That ain't my type of person. I don't get down like that. That one, I was going to leave that one right there. So now all they did was just disconnect from an earth angel. All they did was disconnect from somebody that was there to help them. And now that things are coming back full circle, and that web of lies that they threw out to you, and you saw that your shoe was untied and you reached down to tie your shoe, and that shit passed you up and went and boomerang back on them. They expected, now the ones that they expected you to be caught in that web of lies, they're finding out that that drama is actually hitting them. People are seeing that this was a snake all along. And this snake was only worried about themselves, never worried about you. In fact, this snake was so damn dull, dirty, dusty, dingy, that they see that this person was never in your corner and actually too afraid to stand up for you. Like this person was a big ass chicken, timid. And even though this person said they had your back, when it came time to having your back, you was like, well, damn, well, where'd it go? Timothy, it was gone. They never had your back. They knew they was never going to have your back. Everybody's seeing now that this family was on something. They was on something weird. They was on something dark, demonic, devilish. And these people are now feeling devastated. All because you was comfortable being you. All because they wanted to be you. All because they wanted to change people's perception of you. Because people, when they looked at you as being dang near perfect. You was kind, you was hospitable, you always provided them with, some type of joy just being around you. You always made people feel comfortable. You always welcomed them into the fold. You were self-serving. You were, hey, did you have enough? Did you need more? Is there anything else I can help you with? This is the type of person that you were and are today. But see, someone had already told these people, be careful of how you treat this one. Be careful of what you do. Be careful of what you say. And they didn't believe you. But see, who you are, how you are, what type of person you are has never changed. You've always been looked at as somebody that's been of service. You've always been looked at as somebody that has a good heart. And now these same people that disconnected from you, they're feeling it. They're feeling that disconnection. Because like I said, the truth is coming out. Especially whenever these people are being met on the street, or people are calling them up and they're asking them, well, what happened? Wait, you told me back then it was this, that, and the other, but now it's something different. Wait, this ain't even making sense. Tell me again. Tell me one more time. Now who? Okay, so why did this person do that? What would make them do? Okay, so what did you say? Well, what did you do? Okay, so how did you protect this person? Oh my gosh, how did you protect this person? What did you do? Did you stand up for them? What did you do? See, somebody blamed you for everything that went wrong in their life. And it had nothing to do with you, because it was their life. All because you know what, they didn't want to take responsibility for themselves, so they tried to emotionally dump on you. But all they were doing was just showing the world who they were and what they were about. Hey, Gray Bailey, how are you? Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. See, yeah, that people are starting to notice the difference between them and the negative energy that they had for you just for being you, and they're starting to see how they treated you just for being you. And now it's these same people that want forgiveness for trying to put the screws to you. Like I said, it was funny until it wasn't funny. Because they could do these things to you and they felt like nobody's going to know it's them. Nobody is ever going to know. But one thing they're starting to see is this snake was at the forefront of what was going on. And this snake enlisted the help of this witch. All because they wanted to seem like you was the one that was doing something. But it wasn't you. It was never you. Now everybody's looking at things totally different. It didn't really make sense at that time, but they went with it anyway because there was nobody else. You weren't sitting there saying this or saying that, and somebody always made it seem like you was always dragging people down. You was the one who ruined everything. They were blaming everything on you. Somebody got divorced. Oh, it was your fault. Somebody's car broke down. Oh, you rode it at last, so it was your fault. Even if you was on the passenger side. Somebody didn't feel good. Oh, it was probably something that you did. Somebody lost their job. Oh, you burnt bread on me. They tried to make everything seem like it was all you. You was the emotional dumping ground. But now people are starting to see that you was never the emotional dumper, that you should have never been the emotional dumping ground. You shouldn't even have been a part of that. But one thing that people do notice about you, and they're looking up to you because of this, is because you sit on the spiritual throne. You was always trying to live your life how you felt God wanted you to live your life. And now that these people are no longer laughing for how they treated you, like I said, they want your forgiveness. They want you to say, God, back up, back off, back off. This witch didn't know what the fuck she was doing when she kept trying to throw that black magic at me. You're taking it too far, God. But you're not going to do all of that. You are standing down. You're putting just as much effort into standing up for them as they did to stand up for you. It's their turn to feel the conflict. It's their turn to have the coping mechanisms to see how they get through it. That way they can see exactly what they did because they knew what they was doing when they was doing it. These people, they were expecting you to try and have some type of get back. They was expecting you to try and see how you could create some type of drama in their life. But that's not you. That was never you. If you ever decided to visit somebody, or if you ever decided to help somebody, or to, do anything, your motto was, if I could not help you, I'm damn sure not going to hurt you. Hey, Queen Memoirs. Hey, Diesel Gray. How are you? Hi, Lakeisha. Hey, little light worker. How are you? How are you, little light worker? Is that a little light worker? A lit light worker? I think it's little light worker. I'm sorry. These dang glasses and my dang eyes. Wrapped with my dang age. But I'm still able to see, so it's a blessing. Bottom of the deck. Out of strength. Thank you so very much, Queen Memoirs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate you. Bottom of the deck. Out of strength. See, these people are realizing it's not that outer strength that you needed. Hey, Chosen. C-Bones, I'm sorry. Hey, C-Bones. And maybe you are chosen, C-Bones. But these people are looking at they thought, oh, you'll never make it, because they don't have the strength that you had. They may be able to lift weights and stuff like that, and they could appear to be tough. But whenever it came down to it, they didn't have that inner strength to get them through. See, somebody is now realizing how you've ascended so much to the point where they can't even touch you. And this person is sleepless, because they know that it's not you that's doing anything. It's actually God that's bringing out to light. They know this. They are awakened to this fact. Now somebody, they realize that when you were in solitude all this time, each and every time that they excluded you, all they did was bring you closer and closer to God, and closer to God's loving mercy and grace and kindness. That was all they did. Somebody thought that as many people as they had, under their belt, that they was looking good, but then at the same time, they would sit here and say that you were somebody that slept around. They were saying that you slept around, and you didn't, got with anybody. You didn't respect yourself. You this, you that, you, when it was really them. But now that whole lie is starting to crumble. Everything is starting to crumble. Because you know what? You are rising to be the star that you are, and everyone sees that you have bossed up. And like I said, these people cannot even touch you. And they're still trying to figure out, how in the hell does everybody know what they've been doing to you? The universe is always going to balance itself out. God is always going to use your enemies as a footstool. And how they used to dog you out for being the individual person that you are, standing up for yourself, deciding that you didn't want to be a part of that type of group. As many times as they talked about you, dogged you, belittled you, spread gossip about you, lied on your name, Now they are finding out that they're walking in your shoes. People are talking about them. It's sad that you felt that you had to release these people. Let them go. And now somebody's trying to picture what it would be like if they cleaned their lives up, if they got some help and had some inner strength. The same type of inner strength that you have. Let me go get my dog. She's outside and she's crying. Hold on. Girl, what do you want? What? No, we're not going out. Get your bed. Get your bed. You stay. Stay. You stay. She will want to go in and out 50 times. See, these are the same people that, they wanted to compare themselves to you. They wanted you to compare yourself to them, really. They wanted you to feel like you just did not even measure up. They wanted to feel like they had so many more likes, so many more friends, so many more everything, so many more, so many more, so much more. And you had nothing. But these are the same people that are now being stuck, feeling stuck. Like I said, there's somebody that they want to actually work on themselves. They feel like they need to clean their life up. They need to get right. They need to get that inner strength that you have. Because they're seeing they don't measure up to you. And they are stuck. Somebody thought that they was going to have some type of fresh start without you. Hey, Applied Insanity. How are you? Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? See, they thought they was going to have some type of fresh start without you. And they have a fresh start. And it's without you. But it's just not turning out the way that they thought. They see that they're still sad. They still feel less than. And the reason is because they never worked on themselves. Like you were forced to work on you. You didn't have any choice but to go within and to support yourself and follow your own star and be your own support and be your own cheerleader. You didn't have any choice because nobody else wanted to give it to you. Hey, Demita. And this is why you're being blessed. Because not only did you do your shadow work, but you started to be able to create the life that you want, the life that you deserve. Now you have this stability. You're able to build your own home, the home that how you want your home to be, your safe haven. You have your own stability now. And you know what? It's like they don't realize how many years that you went through of possibly, seeking guidance, seeking assistance, seeking, counseling. But now you're to the point where you no longer need this. Because you know what? You know who you are. You feel good about who you are. You're no longer feeling like you are depressed or you're anxious or you just don't understand about why you're the only one that's being excluded and everybody else is being included. You have that inner strength. You have the ability. And right now, you're manifesting everything that you want. Hi and welcome, Applied Insanity. Thank you so very much, and welcome to the Sweet Spot Soul Tribe. You are manifesting the life that you truly wanted. And you know what? You could have chose all these different paths, all these different avenues. You could have chose to get on the good foot with them. You could have chose to oh, I'm going to get them back. I'm going to seek revenge if it's not the last thing I do. But instead, you decided to do what God wanted you to do, and you chose love. You chose love. You chose you. You know, you may even have like tapped into your psychic abilities, and maybe this is a way that you're on your grind, or you're making some money, or you're doing something. But whatever it is, it's like you've tapped into you've unleashed and uncovered these secrets that were so stuffed down in you. Like like these bad things happen, and you refuse to let it out, or you refuse to be able to see it. Like you repressed it and suppressed it, but now you've gotten it out. You have to really work on you, but it's only there to help you. I feel like somebody is really looking at you. Somebody looks at you as if you are their perfect mate, like the one that they've always wanted to be with, that type of person, because of what you stand for, what you're about, the type of person you are, your integrity, your emotional responsibility, your spiritual IQ, your emotional IQ, your intelligent IQ. You they feel like you are confirmation, like you are somebody that they would have handpicked. If there was a line of 100 people, they would have handpicked you. Yeah, this person, they're looking at you as the it girl. There's only one, and that is you. This person, I feel like they want to travel to see you, or they're exploring the possibility of being with you, because they see you as part of the big picture, part of who they need in their life. It's like the way you represent yourself, the way that you are. Not just how you represent yourself, but the way that you are. It's like showing everybody in the community, what a wonderful person you are. You cross you had to pass some barriers and cross some finish lines, and do work out some things that people, they never made it this far. They wouldn't have been able to make it like you. They wouldn't have been able to do it. There were people that they tried and they failed. They gave up, but not you. Whatever it was that you needed to do, you did it. And while you were doing it, you were always being of service to others. People that had less than you, even people that had more than you. If there was a way for you to help, you helped. Now it's these people that tried to hold you back. They are feeling the weight of the world. They're all their burdens. They're feeling their burdens because they can no longer blame it on you. And it's divine timing that all their lies are coming out at the same time. And they can't stop it. That's the whole thing. They cannot stop the lies from coming out. And the fingers of everybody's looking at them like, I thought that you said. Wasn't that you that said that? It was either you or you. One of y'all lying ass motherfuckers has said that this and that and the other and blah, 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 blah. And they can no longer blame you. They can't blame you for their bad behavior any longer because people are watching you fill your cup. They're watching you live the life that you deserve. They're watching your life move forward, and they know they can't stop it. Like I said, somebody now, they want to look at themselves. They want to think about their own history. They want to think about everything that they've done in the past. And this person now was to really look at their heart. Not just look at their heart, but they want to also acknowledge what they felt like they were attached to. Hold on a second. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. I'm supposed to have a lunch date. So I want to let my friend know. Let's do it like 11:45. I do apologize. All right. What's the message? All right. What's the message, Spirit? Okay. That's even better. Yeah. Perfect. What's the message? Thank you. Yeah. See, these people are experiencing these tower moments in their life while they're sitting here watching all of your dreams come true. And now the place that they thought, I'll never be there. I never let myself. I never. These are the people that are now walking in your shoes. And they have other people asking, well, I thought that you said that you was never gonna be there. You was never gonna let that happen to you. You was never, and they didn't realize that those people were making obstacles for you. These people are having to look at their own heart and how they treated you. They talked about, they was even telling people, even if you have spiritual gifts, they was telling everybody, you ain't got no spiritual gifts. That's just them sitting in the tub, drinking. You know how when you sit in hot water and you drink alcohol, it get to your head. That's when they start rambling and shit. They was even telling everybody, you need to get some help. You need to be locked up. I was trying to see if I could get their power of attorney because I was just going to check them in and never check them out. But now people are finding out that it was never you. You wasn't the crazy one. You wasn't the one that needed the psychological assistance. That was them. That was them. What's the message? Because everybody's still looking at you. And you know what? You've never stopped helping people. You've never stopped being that person that gives them a refreshing or encouraging word. So people are putting 1 and 1 together and 2 and 2 together, and they're coming up with 2 or 4. They're not coming up with 7 or 30, 35 or 73 and nothing like that. That somebody's trying to get all this shit that don't even make sense to put it together and see, because it's not making sense. People are like, they're seeing that people are like attached to you somehow. They like want to attack your individuality. They were attached to trying to attack you in some form or way. Hey, Touche. And now they want to try and clean themselves up. Now they want to be an individual. Now they want to be seen as somebody that that I've always stood by myself. I've always did this. I never went along with the crew. But people are finding out that that is not the truth. You're blessed because you did your shadow work. Because you developed that inner strength. That's why you're blessed. And now these people are finding out that, they should have did their work instead of trying to tear what you were doing down. Instead of trying to make it seem like you don't know what the hell you was doing. Instead of trying to make it seem like you was just Lulu crazy. Because you was never crazy. You was always on point. Bottom of the deck. The Fool. When you walked away by yourself, you set out on, and you had faith that God would take care of you. Everybody called you a fool. He'll be back. She'll be back. Give him some time. They'll be back. But you knew the truth. And God had told you, God had spoke directly to you. See, everybody didn't think that you was going to be able to make it. Everybody didn't think that everything was going to work out for you. And like I said, people even purposely came up against you to make sure that things didn't work. But now it's those same people that are feeling that stressed out. This could have been the leader of this group, CEO, the boss, your father. Like I said, this is the one who did the most. This is the one who was doing the absolute fucking most. And this is the one who was getting the flying monkeys to gang up on you. To lie about you, to co-sign that lie. But see, what they didn't realize is Spirit was guiding you away from this place, these people. And now that you're no longer around, and they're still stuck right there where you left them in their feelings. And like I said, people are looking at them now. People are putting the big glasses on, looking at them like, well, wait a minute. This ain't making sense. How can you blame Collective for this shit happening whenever Collective is way over there? In fact, you don't even know where Collective is anymore. There was somebody who, with this King of Wands, thought that they could throw some type of black magic at you and it was going to knock you down, but they didn't realize that you had that protection. You've had that protection ever since you was a child. Because God saw how they always try to exclude you. So you've always had that protection. You've always been strong and courage. You've always had that. And now these people are wondering, and can't sleep, can't eat, because everything that, they was sitting there talking about, it's not making sense. They can't lie about you anymore. And people are asking these flying monkeys, no, wait a minute. I thought that why did you say that? Where's the proof? Show me the proof. And they can't show you no proof because they invested in something that wasn't true. All they did was they had this bright idea that they thought was going to be a bright idea, and they thought, we got a bright idea, we got a plan, only to find out that that plan to try and take you under, to try and do you in, to try and have you committed to a psych ward, is actually looking like that's where they need to be. See, God is balancing everything out. God said, no, I'm tired of y'all fucking with my child. Y'all should fuck with somebody else's kid, not mine. Now they feel stuck. They feel trapped. They feel like they fell in that hole that they dug for you. And here it is. You told the truth. You told the truth about this family. You told the truth, and everybody knows why you walked away. Because you was always going to be on the chopping block. You was always going to be the emotional garbage can. Always. And this mother is afraid of what's coming in to her. Afraid of what she's going to have to face. You know, and it's the thing is, it's like this mother is so afraid of it, she don't know what to do. She thought that she envisioned herself being surrounded by all this love and adoration, even though she left you out in the forest and in the cold too. And nobody want to deal with her. Absolutely, positively, nobody want to deal with her because they understand what she was doing. She was sitting here trying to cast some spells on you, thinking she was going to get her way, lying on you too. All because she was jealous of you. The mother was jealous of a baby that she had. They came out of her hairy pom pom, and then when she watched that baby, she was like, you know what? This baby got a purpose, and I don't feel like I got a purpose. Your purpose was to raise that baby. That's what your purpose was. To make sure that that child was healthy and happy. That's what your purpose was. It was not to try and destroy. It was not to try and deflect. It was not to try and diminish, discourage. None of that shit. That's what your purpose was. Now somebody, they're going through that dark night of that soul. We don't have a choice. God sat that ass down. God said, I don't give a shit where your ass sit the fuck down. Just sit the fuck down. And this person, they're going through a tower. They're going to be there for a while. They're going to be there for a while, just like you was in there, just like they wanted you to have that tower for your entire life. They get to experience that. They eat that same piece of pie. That same piece of poisonous pie that they was trying to feed to you. They gave you a bite. Spirit said, okay, now that you gave them a bite, I want you to finish it. And you ain't getting up until it's all gone. You need another fork? Here you go. Here's another fork. What, you need some water with that? I'm going to give you some muddy water, but you ain't getting no spiritual water. See, this mother, all she had to do was love you. That was it. She was supposed to have been in your corner. She was supposed to have been a mother to you. But see, what happened was she was so jealous of you, of the person that you was growing to be, destined to be. She knew that you was going to bypass her. And out of her jealousy, she didn't want that shit to ever be true. This is what God had to gingerly and lovingly carry you away from this person. Because you know what? It's like whenever it came to providing, she always held back from you. Encouraging, she always held back from you. You know, the love that you were supposed to get, she gave this artificial, immature, you know, you can have it, no, you can't, it's just, no, it ain't type of love. You had to learn to mother yourself or father yourself or love yourself. You had to learn to stand alone. You didn't have a choice. It's like this is the same person who allowed others to, in the same family, to attack you, to come up after you, to try and belittle you too. But you still had that love for yourself. You still kept that cup of love, because God said, just make it through this. I just want you to make it through this. Now this sister or sister-in-law or somebody, now they starting to wake up and they thinking, oh, maybe I should come and apologize to you because I kind of did them wrong. Now they want to reach out, they want to talk about how, you was, even though you was a topic of conversation, they really didn't mean half the shit that they said, even though they meant all of it, but they only claiming half of it. They didn't mean half the shit that they said, and they didn't know. And had they known, they didn't mean to send these strikes against you. They didn't mean to actually go to war against you. But you know that shit is a lie. You know that shit is a lie. See, this person, they don't want to receive the repercussions of their own actions. What you give is what you receive. That wheel of fortune is not turning in their favor. And Spirit said, Spirit is balancing this entire situation out. People will learn about how somebody tried to strike against you, how they tried to hurt you with this club. It's out on the internet. And news travels fast. And now somebody trying to worry about, damn, if I would have known that was a high priestess, I wouldn't have been so mean to her or him. I wouldn't have tried to do this. I wouldn't have tried to do that. I wouldn't have tried to blame them for my divorce. I wouldn't have tried to blame them for my car accident. I wouldn't have tried to blame them for getting fired from my own motherfucking job. See, somebody, they tried to do moon magic on you because they knew that you was the chosen one. They came up against you as a secret enemy because they knew you have a purpose. And now they can't even defend themselves because they know that you're telling the truth. And the truth is so much more definitive than a motherfucking lie. They know that you standing in your power because of the truth. Somebody is sitting here thinking they in their emotions right now, and they may even be drinking because of how they tried to come up after you. This person is sitting here drinking how they decided that they was going to come up after you. But see, everything it's being seen, and now everybody feeling like, oh wait, now somebody's realizing how they sacrifice themselves trying to come after you. As far back as they can remember, you've always been that star. You've always had that star quality. You've always been one that people have said, you know what, this one is going to go somewhere in life. Oh, he's so cute. Come here, you little cute guy. He's going to go somewhere in life. Oh, he's good at whatever he do. Oh, look at her. Yes. Oh, she sings. She dances too. Oh, shit. You know what? She's going to be something. They didn't want to hear that. They didn't want to hear that. They wanted people to say, Your kids is funny. Your kid is funny acting. Your kid is crazy. That's what they wanted people to say. And now this emperor, oh, his heart is so broken only because he's been found out. Now he want to be in victim mode. Now he want to blame it on somebody else. Well, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was the mama. Look at the mama. But it was him too. People are awakened to the fact, like they said, like CD said, all my life, or whoever that was, the Oprah Winfrey character, all my life I had to fight. That's you. And now they awaken to the fact that, you know what? You was the gifted one. You are the gift that they refused. They refused you. Now they upset, and they know it's the truth. They can't hide the truth, because the truth already set you free. They wanted you to be bound for the rest of your life, but the truth has already set you free. And now they didn't realize that you was being protected, spiritually protected. All these lies that they tried to say, all these rumors, it wasn't adding up. It never added up. Now they want to be like, well, damn. That's too many. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Now that this emperor sees that, you know what, it's actually him on the chopping block. And everybody's looking at this emperor as how he let his family down. Like I said, now somebody want to be in victim mode for the family they didn't stand 10 toes down for. You know, now this emperor is trying to figure out, you know, if you saw everything that they tried to do, or was it just certain things that you saw? Now they realize that you was the chosen one. And had they been smart, had they really been intelligent, they would have fought for you and protected you. Instead of you have to fight alone and protect yourself. Especially whenever they felt that the wheel was always going to turn in their favor, and the world was never going to balance itself out. But the wheel is not finding it in their favor, and they don't have any balance in their life. That shit is coming back, like they say, times 10. And they don't know what to do. They trying to figure shit out. They trying to figure out, now, how can I spin this? How can I spin this to make everybody believe that I'm the victim, even though I was the one who started this shit? Let me think. Maybe I can say when they was 5, they looked at me really funny, and I didn't like that. And I swore from no, I can't do that. They was too young. Maybe I'll say, you know what, the minute that they got 18, they said, I vow against. No, that's not it either. Let me think. What can I say? what can I say to spin this whole story? The facts. How can I give some alternative facts so that everybody don't look at me like I need to check myself in? What's the message? Thank you. It's almost like somebody's trying to see what they can work out, what they can work on. But they know they can't get close to you because you're too independent. And here they are. They know everything is at an end. You too independent. You at your 9 of Pentacles, and they are worried shitless because they know you about to receive some type of invitation. You about to receive some type of good news or something. And this person doesn't want that. They never wanted to see you with somebody who gave to you, who gave equally to you. They always wanted to take from you, take from you. Hey, Rotten Rob, nice to see you. But yes, it's too late for this person. They know there's nothing that they can do. Only thing they can do is accept the truth and let that shit go. All they can do is just tell everybody, yeah, you know what? And they won't. They don't have that inner strength. They don't have that the honesty, the integrity, nothing like that. They don't love themselves. So that's why they cannot show that love to you. But they know that you told the truth. You told the truth about what somebody was doing. That's why somebody's in their feelings and they drinking a lot. Because see, they thought if they left you out, if they excluded you, if they lied on you, that they would be good. But they're finding out they're not good. They left you out, they excluded you, and you're the only one that's coming out on top. And now they have to live with their lies, how they try to discredit you, and the fact that they can't sleep today. It's like that. You get what you, like they say, you get what you paid for. They also finding out that somebody stole from you. Not just that, but somebody was trying to steal your destiny. I mean, how do you explain that? Oh, yeah, I know I was, yeah. Well, we tried to steal the destiny, but it didn't work, so it's all good. No, it's not. You still have to atone for that bullshit. Like I said, to them, hey, it was funny until it wasn't funny. They laughed until they cried. Now they're crying. And now somebody remembering, they're looking at your baby pictures or something, and they're remembering, whenever you was a child, when you was young, and this and that and the other. This person always had this insatiable desire to cause havoc in your life because they always knew that you had a high spiritual IQ. But let me let you know, Spirit said times is changing today. You have the power, not them. They thought that they were so powerful to control you. They're not powerful to control you. The one thing they tried to discredit was your heart. And now they're finding out that actually your heart matters. Like I said, you have this love offer coming. Somebody is very focused on you. Something about your family tree. And maybe this was part of your destiny, is to stop this bullshit that was going on in your family. Now they want to try and say they outside waiting on you. You ain't got to wait on the outside. Let them in. Let them in so they can take that punishment in front of me. You ain't got to be on the outside waiting on me. What's the message, Spirit? Yes. And everybody is telling these people, excuse me, your slip is showing. It's like, I see you. I see you. I see what you're doing. Your slip is showing. And now they're realizing, and everybody sees that they are green with envy. You know, something about somebody's teeth. Their teeth could be falling out because of all the lies that they told on you. And, you know, they're afraid of you because you got your foot on their neck. You know, this is somebody put these rose-colored glasses on. And they hate that they put the motherfuckers on. You're having sweet dreams because you have always been and will always be different and unique. You never tried to fit in with the crowd because you didn't feel right. What the crowd was doing was right. What's the message, Spirit? You never wanted to fit in with that crowd. And they know it is over. It's over. They can't do shit to you. You know, after you was gone, you know, and they still want to complain. I mean, who are they going to blame that shit on? The family dog? They need to reflect on themselves. And they upset because prosperity is coming to you. They tried to ruin your life with their lie. That was not going to happen. Yeah, you had to just let this person, I hope that you heal yourself. Just like you had to. Somebody realized what they did. That was the fucking dumbest move ever. If there was a dumb move to have made, they did that when they came up against you. Somebody needs to try a different kind of something. Different kind of life, different kind of love for self, different kind of something. But somebody's upset because they did not show you any type of loyalty. Now that they see that you are God's greatest gift. God's greatest gift to them. And you don't have a problem standing your ground. Now they want to come with some motherfucking fake apology. They don't know that you are Master 33. Come on now. And you are not afraid of death because you already went through your dark night of the soul. Your career is on its way up. Everything about your life is on its way up. And like I said, God told them to go sit your ass down somewhere. We don't even give a shit. Just sit it down. What's the message, Spirit? That's right. That is right. These people had nothing to offer emotionally. That's why God said they need to get themselves together. And somebody is a little nervous. This could be your son that's a little nervous because if they jumped in on the bandwagon, they nervous. Something about you getting a new love. Somebody that fits the bill. Somebody that gets you. Somebody that loves you. Somebody that wants to be there for you. Thank you, High Priestess. What's the message? Anything else? Yes, somebody hates the day that they decided to listen to and believe a liar. Okay. Now somebody's clock watching every 30 minutes because they don't know what the hell is going to happen. This could be somebody with an A, B, C, D in their first, middle, or last name. This is somebody that definitely needed to work on their base chakra. See, now they want to run with their tail between their legs. I don't know why. You did all that bullshit and fuckery. Where you going? Where you going? I'm telling you, somebody wants to turn a new page because they realize now that you related to Jesus and the ascended masters. And they can't touch you because you on a whole new level, baby. You on a whole new level. Anything else? Yep. It's time for them just to exit stage left. You know, somebody was trying to justify their actions, but people found out they was talking too fast. And something could have happened last weekend that really brought the shit out. You know? And the only reason they put you down is because it's how they feel about themselves. That's it. They should have handled you with dignity. And instead of controlling you, they should have tried to control what was inside of them. That was it. All right, y'all. Today is Sunday. I'm getting ready to go get my little lunch mimosas. And then I will be back. And we'll go live again. You know, if y'all have anything that y'all want to talk about, I'll do, if y'all have, I'll do like 2 free questions in the chat. So the first 2 people, if y'all have questions, the first 2 people that put them in the chat, I'll do those, okay? All right, y'all. Thank you so very much. I do look forward to seeing you in just a couple hours. I love y'all. I appreciate you so very much. And wait a minute. Applied Insanity once again. Hey, Jessica, Applied Insanity once again. Welcome to the Soul Tribe family. All right, y'all. I'll see you in a little bit. I love y'all.